Good evening, I'm Marie Cato, and this is Ukraine Brief on TVP World with our latest news from Ukraine. Today marks the 1,294th day since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. We begin with a devastating Russian airstrike on the Frontline village of Yarova, located in eastern Donetsk, which has left at least 24 people dead and 19 others injured. The attack occurred around 11 a.m. local time, striking as the residents gathered to collect their pension payments from the Ukrainian postal service. The small village of Yarova is located about 20 kilometers north of the city of Slovyansk and just 9 kilometers from the front line. Footage released by local authorities shows a damaged postal service vehicle with several bodies lying around.
Today is September 9. It's 10:40 a.m. An attack happened in the village of Yarova. 20 civilians died and there are more than 7 wounded. The Ukrainian post was hanging out pensions. There are over 20 dead here.
Donetsk governor Vadim Filashkin condemned the strike as pure terrorism, saying that this was not a military operation, but a deliberate targeting of civilians. Frankly, brutal Russian air bomb attack on the village of Yarova in the Donetsk region, directly on people, ordinary civilians, at the very moment when pensions were being dispersed. President Zelensky wrote about the strike on X. The Ukrainian leader also posted video footage showing bodies strewn across the ground and debris. The world must not remain silent, Zelensky added. A response is needed from the United States. A response is needed from Europe. A response is needed from the G20. And we move to other Russian strikes that have continued across Ukraine over the past 24 hours, with local authorities reporting at least 7 civilian deaths and 23 injuries. Ukraine's Air Force has reported that Russia launched 84 Shahed-type attack drones overnight, with air defenses intercepting 60 and 23 drones striking 10 locations. In the Donetsk region, 6 people were killed and 10 were wounded, according to Governor Vadim Filashkin. Russian strikes in the Pokrovsk and Kramatorsk areas killed 6, wounded 10, causing extensive damage to homes, buildings, and infrastructure. Casualties were reported in Kramatorsk, Konstantinivka, and Novodonetsk. In total, 38 shelling incidents were recorded across Donetsk, and 275 people, including 81 children, were evacuated from frontline areas. Russian attacks in the Zaporizhia region killed 1 person and injured another in Primorsk and Zaporizhia, according to Governor Ivan Fedorov, who also reported 474 additional strikes across 13 settlements. In the Kherson region, Russian attacks wounded 5 people and damaged 3 houses. In the aftermath, commercial buildings covering 600 square meters caught fire, and several others were also damaged, with footage showing a burnt-out market in downtown Kherson. The fire destroyed commercial stalls that were the only source of income for many local residents. In the Sumy region, 6 people were wounded, including 2 rescue workers and 2 police officers, local authorities have reported. The Kharkiv region also saw Russian attacks, leaving a 60-year-old woman wounded in the aftermath of strikes on 9 settlements, according to Regional Governor Oleg Sinyahubov. The European Union has successfully reached 80% of its target of supplying Ukraine with 2 million rounds of ammunition, according to the bloc's top diplomat, Kaja Kallas. Speaking at the European Parliament's plenary session, Kallas emphasized the EU's continued commitment to supporting Ukraine.
This year alone, member states will provide more than ever before, 25 billion euro to date. They have now also provided 80% of our 2 million rounds ammunition target. We aim 100% by October. And this is all so that Ukraine can defend itself, defend its civilians and push back the aggression.
The entire front line is heavily patrolled by both Russian and Ukrainian FPV drones, constantly searching for targets. It's become what's been called a killing zone that stretches upwards at least 20 kilometers from Russian-controlled territory. A 40-year-old Ukrainian soldier, call sign Surovi, shared his harrowing survival story after being wounded on the front lines in eastern Ukraine. During intense fighting in the northern Donetsk region, he was struck by a suicide FPV drone, leaving his legs severely injured and rendering him unable to walk.
After a while, I could not walk anymore. I crawled on all fours. I went up and down, all on my knees. I then found myself in a ditch. There were pine needles there. I dug the earth a bit and covered myself with soil so that I was less visible. I covered myself with pine needles as well, and then another FPV drone came, but it failed to hit us.
Surovi was eventually rescued by a medical team from his brigade, marking the end of his 5-day journey through the drone-infested battlefield. His story underscores the growing dangers of modern warfare, where drones and long-range weapons make it increasingly difficult to evacuate wounded soldiers safely. And that's all from Ukraine for now. Stay with us on TVP World and tvpworld.com for more. Goodbye.